post on to.
It'll pick you up there.
Well, hello and welcome to this UPC 9-ball competition from Telford. It's awfully exciting. We've got an excellent match today between Sam Ollie of Warwick and Lewis Steele of Manchester. My name's Michael Wilson. I'll be your first commentator. I haven't got anybody actually joining me at the moment. Fellow Warwick player Max Burt is taking a picture for some reason. It looks like he might be told that he can come over and commentate. Actually, he's looking quite excited. Look at it! Oh, he's rushing it. He's absolutely loving it. He's lapping it up.
Do we have Owen Davies, Exeter, Zequai Hand, Newcastle? Owen Davies.
Oh, he's coming over. He's here. He's accidentally used his flash. And welcome Max Burt to the commentary box. It's not quite the usual Woodbrook commentary. It's UPC 9-ball. How are you feeling?
A very good morning to you, ladies and gents. It is an absolute pleasure to be joining you live in Telford in the Parkin Hotel for this fantastic encounter.
Can't wait. First round, of course, race to 5. The whole aim of 9-ball, as far as I'm aware, is you pot the 9 by any means necessary, so any of this farting about with other balls is essentially useless.
I've already spoken to a few members of the public, just given them a little interview, say what their thoughts are on these first round of individual matches. The majority of people have said to me they think that these will go quite quickly and they probably won't go all the way. There's obviously a potential 9 frames to be played in this match.
That would be exciting.
But the feeling is there's going to be some absolute batterings today.
I mean, this is 9-ball. Anything can happen. Oh,
some would say. I think it was a cushion foul, but
has Sam Ollie noticed it?
I don't think he has, but
he hasn't. Oh, and that's a bad miss.
That's a very bad miss. John
miss.
Virgo would not be pleased.
It's all right.
Yeah. Early indications are that these tables are playing quite quickly. That positional shot there, getting close to the middle pocket. But,
another thing to note, of course, is we're using some very strange coloured balls. I mean, they must have a name of some sort.
Cyclops balls.
Cyclops balls, there you go.
That sounds very futuristic.
I don't know what your name is.
I'm Joe.
Joel. He's told me that. Joe. Got it. He's Joe. For all of you, Joe, he's doing all the technical gubbins.
Must say that was a... I can't quite believe it. I was just about to congratulate him for that excellent positional shot. I think he's starting to adjust the tables, but as Steve Davis often says, no pots are easy, but some pots are easier than others. You can't take anything for granted.
Steve Davis is a terrible commentator. Let's not start quoting him. But let's just have the clinical cynicism of Stephen Hendry.
I'll leave that to you. I'll be Steve Davis then.
Excellent.
So, decent shot there, giving himself an angle, but he is slightly on the cushion.
How are you? What are you thinking of the pockets today, Max?
The pockets
in comparison to Jack's sister.
Well, I'd say tighter than Jack's sister. I'd have to say.
Joe's loving that. It's a little giggle there.
Oh, and that was a very nice positional shot on the 9 there, taking his time.
As he would.
I don't think we'll see very quick average shot times from either of these players.
It goes. It's 1-0 to Lewis. What a fantastically exciting start.
It was looking like a decent break opportunity there for Sam. It's just you can't take anything for granted. That would have been in on his practice tables at Riley's, but
they would have. I've just noticed Lewis Steele's nickname is Wrath. What do you think that's for? Wrath.
Wrath.
W-R-A-T-H. The Wrath. I don't even know what that means.
Sounds like he wants to create some destruction.
I suppose that's quite possible. And he has, of course, destroyed the first frame. Superb stuff.
I think we've worked that one out well, quite. There. I think we've worked that one out. That's why he's called the Wrath.
He must be.
He wants to destroy his opponent.
It's
on an oval table, of course, not literally. That'd be a bit.
Maybe the whole aim of this is to just destroy the opponent. once you've beaten them in the first round, they're so down, they're not going to be able to play in the teams, and then it's an advantage for your
But
team.
you can't destroy your opponent. That's kind of equivalent to murder. I mean, that's breaking the law. I mean,
unless you're a weird tribe on an island in the middle of nowhere.
We can't be encouraging destructing your opponents here.
I suppose this is true. Max Burt, the voice of reason here in Telford.
Now then, he's just had a change of cues there. Now, for those of you that have not seen 9-ball too often,
Like
on his break-off shot, bit of information from Michael in case you haven't seen this before.
Thank you.
He's just changed cues. Now, you might be wondering at home why he's just changed cues. Now, that's because on the break-off shot, he's got a specifically designed break cue. Oh, that's delicious. He's got a specifically designed break cue, which he uses, and apparently it breaks the pack a little bit better than an ordinary 9-ball cue. As we can see there, they split quite nicely, and that's, well, one of the best recovery shots you could ever wish to see.
I mean, it was a fluke, but
I don't know,
well
but
done.
I'm just going to call the early carom here. Oh, he forgot the 2.
He didn't forget the 2, he was playing the carom as you said. He just missed the 9 accidentally. Definitely.
Not easy to judge, in fairness. Now then, they are all there in reality.
Well, I've seen that Cameron Alswick has just asked who's the favourite. Well, we know Sam Ollie is a fresher from Warwick and he can pot some balls, and Lewis Steele is a person from Manchester who can also pot some balls, clearly. So I'm going to give them equal favourite status.
Does that mean you're expecting a draw?
Yes, 5-all.
5-all?
It's going to come down to the final 9, and I don't know how this works actually.
And they're both just going to be on it until Sunday evening, maybe?
There's a definite possibility that they both somehow pot the 9 with the same shot. They both get down to cue the ball. They both think it's their shot. They both hit the cue ball. 9 goes in. Draw. 5-all. I don't know what happens for the competition then.
No. Now, a bit of screw required with this. Oh, he's just trying to slap it with screw.
He's gone for the snooker.
He was stretching a little bit.
It's nowhere near the snooker. I do, but that's a Max Burt. Cool.
I think he's actually got away with that. He could attempt to lay the snooker, but obviously he must remember the cushion foul. But as we've seen, it doesn't appear either of them are aware of the cushion foul rule, as discovered in the first frame.
This is true. It might have just been a lapse in concentration.
That would be the best explanation.
Speaking of lapses in concentration,
Yes.
how are you feeling about the pockets today? If you ever look at a lapse, are you a bit worried?
Never, no.
Never.
You've got to play with confidence.
You were complaining earlier, Max, that these are very, very tight pockets.
I wouldn't call it complaining. I
complaining.
was just informing, not just myself, but everyone else,
Informing
that the pockets
in a
are
complaining
tighter
manner.
than expected. Now, ideally, you'd probably want to drop this in dead weight. I assume he can roll through for the 8. He's playing this. He's digging down on this one.
Oh.
He's gone for the top corner. Oh.
Oh.
Perhaps the wrong shot
No.
choice there. Now, if he's got, looks like he's got the perfect angle. Stun this 7 in. Leave an angle on the 8.
Oh, some people have been scratched from the draw. This is drama.
Oh, he's played it with top spin. I'm very surprised about that. Maybe he didn't have quite the right angle.
I think he's just played the safety.
He had safety in mind there.
He's seen where that 7's going. Played a cheeky little safety. Well, this is a little...
Oh, he's gone for the 7-9. Oh, that is unbelievable. He puts his hand up.
Oh.
He didn't go for that. He shouldn't have put his hand up, and he should have said he went for that.
Don't
Because I would have
apologise
believed
for
him.
perfection.
You can't apologise. No. But he has. And he takes a 2-0 lead.
Rightly named the Wrath, the Destroyer. As Stephen Franklin would be nicknamed the Crusher of Dreams and various other things that I can't actually say on this live stream.
No. Could cause offence to some other players.
Who've we got? Don't favour... I'm not favouring Warwick, Cameron. For the overall competition. Oh, I see. Mike McDermott? Nah, he's only the 6th.
I think some of these comments are actually a little bit insulting. Cameron Oswick.
I think Cameron's being a bit biased to Leeds here. That's it's almost as if he's had a year at Leeds.
But you see, he's allowed to be biased. As commentators, we're supposed to be rather neutral. I like to think we've been neutral, to be honest with you.
Who do we think is favourite for the individuals?
Do we think who's favourite?
Who's favourite for the individuals?
Well, apparently it's the Tom Nguyen, however his name is pronounced, from Lancaster.
That man.
But as I mentioned to my squad teammates, anyone can win at 9-ball. Anyone can beat anyone.
And why was that? Because it's what type of game, Max?
Because it's a silly game.
Silly game.
Pretty good shot to nothing there. Went for the cut on the 1, but missed it thin. It's always the best way to miss him. And I think he's got the snooker.
Indeed. Maybe he's playing for the 3 fouls rule already. Madness.
Might not be feeling up for destroying his opponent, rather.
Does Sam Ollie have a nickname? Should we create a nickname? If there's any suggestions from those of you viewing for a nickname for Sam Ollie.
Now this is a cushion foul. Now this is a cushion foul. Now, has he noticed it?
He hasn't.
He hasn't noticed it.
Oh dear. And that's a badness.
That shot there was a typical example of how tight these pockets are. I'm sure when he hit that ball he thought it was in as clean as a whistle, but it's rattled both jaws, and both jaws in the other corner pocket too.
I mean, to be honest, Max, if it doesn't go in, you've missed it. You know, it's not. It's.
Well done for stating a very obvious fact,
I mean,
there, Michael.
if you're not potting, then you know, it's not unlucky. It's just a bit crap, isn't it?
That one even rattled in a little bit. Now he's nudged the 4 safe, so this shot probably requires some good cueing. He might choose the double. We might try and cut it in with a delicate screw. It looks like he's opting for perhaps the drop it in the middle. He has. He's played that very well. Very well. Decent angle. I think he only needs to roll this in for the 5.
Indeed. A bit of early competency in this frame. In an attempt to get back from the fairly unlucky start.
Now I think this shot here is going to be key to the frame. He needs to catch this well to get a good angle on the 6. It's a good pot, but he has nudged the 7. Was always difficult. Now I think he's got to play the safety here.
Indeed.
He's got a double kiss.
Oh, look at this.
What a modern safety that is. But I tell you what, I don't think it's safe, is it? Can he see enough to pot this in the middle?
I don't know. He almost, if the green had gone towards the side cushion it was on, he'd almost got the Paddy snooker. 4 miss rule.
Judging by his reaction, I think it probably just goes. Maybe a touch of side, maybe is needed. He's digging down on it.
Go on, Si.
We went for the top corner. I'll tell you what.
What does he see?
Where's the 6 ball going?
What does he see?
It's gone behind the 8. You dirty player.
Dirty player. For any of you who don't know the origin of dirty player, myself, Max, and a couple of other Warwick Uni guys play in the local billiards league. Now, in the billiards league, there's a team called Lillington, and it's made up of many old people. Many old people, by which we mean 4.
As many as 4?
Simon's not actually that old, so 3. And one of those players is a particularly characterful player named Johnny Grubb. What a man! And he's a bit of a character. He's a bit past it, bless him. So he's playing off the highest handicap. But every time someone either pots his cue ball or has a bit of a fluke, he'll go, dirty player.
Not again.
You little bird.
You little thrush.
Little thrush. Get in! With a little jiggle as well.
What a man.
What a man.
Now back to this man. Now I don't know whether he played that development shot, but it's worked out okay for him. And he might have a good angle to just try and play the 8 into the top corner. He's going to cannon the 9. You'd like to think he'll land on it, but there's no guarantees.
I don't think he's going to pop the 8, to be honest.
It is a tricky shot. But he is the Wrath.
Oh yeah, the Wrath, the Destroyer, Crusher of Dreams.
Oh!
It was closer than I
How was that
expected.
not dropped?
As you said, tight pockets apparently.
They really are. Now, is it a snooker? I assumed not, but judging by his reaction, he's taking his time around the table.
I
think he has got the edge. It's all about the
There's a
pace.
man walking in front of Sam Ollie here.
It's all about the pace.
Wow.
Well, I thought that was unmissable. I don't think Sam can believe it. And now
can't.
it's a golden opportunity for the Wrath
The Wrath.
to take a 3-0 lead.
3-0. Absolute man. He might be going favourite for the tournament here. What do you reckon, Cameron? Favourite? Who knows? If you can.
Mr. Joel, can we please have a look at the comments section
It's
again?
Joe. It's not Joel.
Well, Joel, Mr.
Maybe
Joe.
his surname's Joel. Is his surname? Are you Joel?
I'm not playing with you two anymore.
He's not. Apparently he's not. I didn't realise he was playing with us. So that makes me feel a bit uncomfortable.
Mr. Joe, can you please go back to the comments section? After the frame. Oh, I see. So
I feel as if in one of the intermissions we need to talk about snooker shootout. Get a bit of advertisement for the BUCS snooker shootout. You can talk about your fantastic final yesterday, Mr. Max, or less fantastic.
it just really wasn't.
It wasn't.
Honestly, I just don't think it's worth talking about the snooker shootout.
I think it is. Cookson will be happy. I'm sure Cookson's listening in and he's thinking,
Where's the
I really
cue ball
want
going?
to.
Where's the cue ball going?
It's there.
Oh!
Oh no! It's 2-1. Oh, it's not 2. I forgot that you have to pop 9. I don't really understand 9 ball.
It's there!
It's
And
2-1.
Sam Ollie, I don't know how he's done it. He's back in this match now.
He's the comeback king.
It's 2-1 to the Wrath.
The Wrath. It is 2-1 to the Wrath. I do apologise for lack of commentary there. We were just being slapped because of Max once again being stupidly loud.
I would like
There's
to
no
apologise.
points. Where is everybody? Watch. This is a brilliant 9-ball thing. Come on, watch.
I think my passion sometimes takes over, much like John Virgo's passion for snooker. So, into the 4th frame of a possible 9 frames. And Sam Ollie is back in the match.
He is.
It's a decent break, split nicely, but he's not potted and he's left the 1. Now, the 1 onto the 2. This one looks a bit straight. On these tight pockets, it's very difficult to try and grab one side of the pocket to create an angle.
I mean, just play with a touch of reverse side, get the Harrison Whitworth out.
If he screwed it though, would he not follow the white in the opposite corner pocket?
Nah, it's fine.
He's going for a screw
It's
shot,
fine.
I think. Here we go.
Ooh.
It was close. Ooh.
Ooh. Has he got the paddy there? The paddy jaw? No, I don't think he has. He's on the opposite jaw.
Do you want to explain who Paddy is, Michael?
I'm not sure if we're allowed to talk about Paddy anymore.
No.
Again, we were slapped. We might be kicked off in a minute.
Apologies, Mr. Joe.
Stop saying Joel.
Joe.
Joe, you said Joe.
I said Joe.
Oh, that's alright. He's not very happy. I feel as if we're not going to be given another stint on the commentary. Unless you wanted some entertainment, of course. That's a general idea. We try to lighten up your day.
If you could please drop us a comment and tell us you like our commentary.
Please do. Oh.
As best as he could have played that shot. He's bridging over the 4. Like a bridge over troubled water.
Like a bridge over troubled water? What on earth is that?
It's a wonderful song.
Is it? I don't subscribe to popular culture.
Modern attempt at the safety there.
Yeah, it would have been modern off the other jaw, really, wouldn't it? We can credit Ronan Love with the coining of the modern.
Of course.
Modern is use of the jaw in a shot.
The 2017 Giant Pool champion.
Woosbook Giant Pool.
Woosbook Giant Pool champion. He is nicknamed the Love Machine.
For obvious reasons.
In reference to his surname, which is Love.
How very delightful.
Played that double kiss delightfully. It was a DDK, a delightful double kiss.
It was, yes, it was the other version of the DDK. John Virgo would be proud. I feel like you coined the delightful double kiss.
I did.
You did.
I did. Because sometimes it's not dreadful, it is delightful.
Or maybe it's doubly dreadful. And that it's so dreadful that it's delightful.
I see. Well, that one rattled in, and he's not perfect on the 7. I'm sure he would have liked to play it in the middle, but he's going to have to play at the top corner. Looks fairly straight on this one. Might have to roll through for the 8. Big shot in this frame. And it's there. He's cued that wonderfully.
He's done well.
And now he's got to hold his nerve.
The Wrath. He destroyed his own chance in the last frame, and he's trying to destroy Sam and get to that 3-frame mark this time. I've got to say, there's lots of Warwick players in this section because we've got Mac, who's playing on the table next to us.
He is.
Lots of viewers. They look incredibly disinterested.
Very. Here we go then. At the end of the day, in 9-ball, it's all about the 9. And he's potted the 9.
3-1.
As cool as a cucumber. The Wrath leads this match by 3 frames to 1. Do you know, it's actually 3 racks to 1, isn't it? Matthew Kellett of Southampton, of course.
He said that there wouldn't be this amateurism if he was there.
There wouldn't?
Wouldn't.
Well, he shouldn't be in the commentary box then, should he?
Matt, I want to query you on this actually. Does that mean that you Southampton players are paid to come here? You're actually professionals. That's a bit worrying. Southampton are professional. We knew their SU gave them a bit of cheeky money for coaching.
And that's why James Leader and Jack Dady are still at Southampton.
They're professionals. They're being paid by their union to play Q Sports.
Dirty players.
Breaking news.
Does make a horrific sound when he uses the break cue, you know.
Maybe it's broken. Maybe he doesn't want to break his actual cue, so that's why he's got another cue to break, so that, you know, as long as if he's going to break a cue, he wants to break the break cue because the break cue's already broken. Oh,
that's too much English for me, Michael.
Possibly. Hard to tell. Oh, look at that on the other team. Well, the man's playing with the double X thingy. Isn't that exciting?
The double X?
You know, like the rest. It's up on its own.
I know what you're talking about, but I'm sure it's not called the double X.
It's definitely the double X. As long as it's not the triple X, it's alright.
And he's cued it quite well.
He's hit whatever number that is.
Tap on the table from Mr. Wissett of Liverpool there. You know,
it's very exciting.
Back to the match we are, or rather should be, focusing on. So the Wrath looks to be snookered on the 1. Now, he doesn't seem to have a jump cue on him, so this will be a 1, maybe 2 cushion
Is this
escape.
off his break? He's not fancied the push out.
And it's not there. So, to be in all honesty, the balls are nicely positioned to play the 3-foul rule here. Now, despite using the break cue, the Wrath didn't make a very good break here.
No, he's not destroyed those balls too well. Very disappointing.
Hey, so rolled in the 1. He looks like he's got a good angle on the 2 to poke the cue ball in between the 7 and the 9 for the 3 ball. Oh,
He's gone for in the other
Where's
corner.
the 2-ball going?
Oh!
Has he got the snooker?
He's playing the 3 snooker rule. He's playing for 3 snookers.
He is playing the 3 foul rule.
What a man.
And
Oh yeah,
being-
3 foul, not 3 snooker. Oh dear.
You can tell he's a snooker player, ladies and gents. And being where the 2-ball is positioned, it might actually be difficult to get to this. He has to... If he hits it, he's going to pot it, but hitting it in the first place might be tricky.
He needs Serena.
He really does need
He does
Serena.
need Serena.
Serena is just to our left, ladies and gents. Should we explain to the...
No, Serena's a secret.
A secret, okay.
It's a secret weapon.
He's gone for the swerve, and he's not swerved it, so...
I don't think that shot was everyone.
Now then...
Yeah.
And the cue was gone in. Oh no, not quite. Now...
Will it?
And
Oh,
there's the
he's
2
done it.
foul
He
warning
knows
from
it.
Samoli. So,
He's on it.
great chance. Pop the 2 and the 3. Perhaps play it on the 4. He could play the snooker on the 3.
He could play it on whichever one he wants. He could play it on the 8 if he wanted.
And I think he might have to play the snooker on the 3 here. Let's have a look unless he gets a good kiss. He's got his hand near his mouth.
He's having a little bite of the nail, having a little think. A
Stressful
little bit of
times
taste.
these.
Maybe there's a bit chalk under the nail. Let's get it out.
Possibly.
Not to tell. Oh, he's just going for the single X.
Trying to see what the angle's like for this shot. There's a number of ways you could play the snooker here. He's got the double kiss, but I tell you what,
Has it ran?
has he got an edge?
I think that might be a snooker.
I think he might play the swerve here.
He didn't play the swerve very well last time, and also there's a chance of going in off if you play the swerve there into the middle pocket, as you'd know from a bit cheeky billiards, particularly with all that right hand side. It can bring the cue ball into the middle pocket. Maybe we should do a billiards report as well.
It could do.
We've missed out on the snooker shootout report. Could do a billiards
Back
report.
to the shot, because this is a key shot in the frame. He's played it well. Very good shot. There was a lot of pressure on that.
If he'd hit it a bit harder, it'd have gone in.
Well, it would. Back to billiards then.
Billiards. So yeah, we played Johnny Grubb's team on Tuesday.
We did.
We did, and after we'd had a pretty shocking run of 3 losses in a row. Really, really quite dreadful, and we got back to winning ways, even though Mr. Roberts lost his temper slightly. He lost his 2 frames. But,
Mr. Zachary Roberts.
Zach's still throwing tantrums.
Zach is. Joe's just asked if you couldn't hear. Zach is still throwing tantrums. It is. Love is an interesting word for yes, but yes, he's throwing tantrums. Essentially, he was. Who did he play first? He played Simon first. I think he played Simon first. Simon's off.
He played Simon. Oh no, I don't think.
I think it was Simon. No, it's Alan. It was Alan. Alan is a
Batchelder.
great man. He flukes every single ball he plays. It's fantastic to watch and very irritating, particularly if you're a Zach who gets wound up very easily. So Zach got quite angry and then wasn't very happy when he played Simon in the second frame, I think it was.
Yeah, Simon in the second.
So Simon then
Simon's
won that.
quite good.
Yeah, Simon played pretty well. Or was it? I'm not. No. Was it Arthur?
Oh, he played Arthur.
Played Arthur. It wasn't Simon.
He played Arthur. He
Simon
told
lost
us a
twice.
fantastic joke the other day, didn't he, Michael?
Yeah, let's not repeat that either.
Let's not repeat the joke.
That might be our 3 foul rule and getting kicked off.
I like that. We are on 2 fouls at the
We
moment.
are on 2 fouls. Is there a 3 foul rule in the commentary?
You just have to commit one really big foul.
One really big foul. Is there a definition of big foul?
Yeah, but I don't want to say it while the mic's on.
Excellent. Well, if the mic goes mute again, Joe might be giving us an example of a big foul, which would be very exciting.
Very quickly back to this frame. He should clear up from here. These balls are nicely set. So, keep it simple. Just drop it in or stun it in. You'll have a shot at the 9. Yeah, nice and simple.
Indeed. I've got a little story about big fouls in a second. But we'll,
Big fouls?
Big fouls, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it was radio, raw sport.
Oh, okay.
But I'll get onto that in a minute once Sam has potted the 9.
Right in the heart of the pocket there.
Get in. 3-2. So I told you this is going to 5-all. Definitely is.
Yeah, 5-all is definitely on. I mean, I think the people that I was interviewing earlier have no idea about the game, saying that this was going to be a quick one.
Matt Kelly, you have your own cues. Have your own queue. I mean, most of us mere mortals here are using the queues provided by the UPC 9-ball peoples, and you know, we're not quite as well off as you. In fact, there's a man who's spent many pounds on a queue today. How much was it?
Many
£1,000
pounds.
and something.
It was around £1,000. £1,000?
Yes, exactly, just like that.
It's a quote from a kids' show. I can't remember the name of it now.
Excellent. That's very exciting.
But yeah, this particular gentleman who owns the queue that is worth £1,000. £1,000.
I don't get that.
Also sold one of his queues to a certain Jordan Batty of Liverpool.
I don't think he sold it. I think
He
he's just
didn't sell it?
I think he's letting him use it. Jordan, if you're listening in, come and tell us a story about the queue. We would love to have you, Mr. Home Nations winner. Snooker, obviously.
I wonder what his charge out rate was to use that queue per day or per hour.
Mini pounds.
I imagine so.
Mini pounds.
Anyway, Jordan's queue that he is renting, he was explaining the top half of his queue, because it's split into two pieces. The top half of the queue was worth £150.
Oh yeah.
And the bottom half of the queue, I'm pretty sure he said this right, was worth £700.
Yeah. It's a lot of money.
Can you believe it?
I'd have just taken the bottom half of the queue personally. I'll be bankrupt after that.
That's almost as much as Terence's
Wife.
Ultimate. Yeah, sorry, wife. Yeah. That's about how much Terence's wife is. Yes. Terence Tam, the Singaporean legend. He will be missed.
When's he going?
Sunday the 9th of December.
Sunday the 9th of December. I think it's a sad day, really. We should get everybody in the whole of the university Q Sports world to come and send him off. Give him a little pat on the shoulder as he boards his plane.
Absolutely.
It's sad. He was very much the highlight of our Sheffield Star Cup winning performance.
Quite.
Good old Terence. Cheeky 71 in the decider against York.
On a star table.
On a star table.
It's actually quite good.
He is actually quite good. Just like Neil's dancing.
Well, I do apologise if you heard the language there from Sam Ollie. He used a particular word which obviously we cannot repeat, but it just shows. It would be a big foul.
We'd be kicked off.
But I think
we'd have to rope Martin or Sam. And Martin's actually smiling. I've never seen that before. There's a smile on his face. Oh no, he's back to normal. He's back to stern Martin. What were we talking about?
I've never seen him smile.
We can't say what we were talking about. That's excellent.
No, I think it just shows the emotions that Sam and perhaps both
Karen from Exeter Fen. Yeah, good shout. I mean, of course, there's no bias here in any of these comments. Everybody is just naming someone who's pretty good from their uni. I'm gonna make a rule for anybody who's listening in. If you're gonna name someone for the individuals, it's got to be someone who isn't from your uni.
Where's the cue ball going?
I'm assuming it was in one of the pockets, and it's now in Mr. Destroyer Wrath. Wrath, isn't it? Wrath. It's in his hand.
And we've gone from inappropriate language to slamming cues onto the floor now from Sam Ollie. Wonder what's next.
Maybe you'll be slamming balls in the pockets.
Well, from a Warwick perspective, because we are obviously unbiased, from a Warwick perspective, let's hope so.
And from a Manchester perspective, let's hope not.
Correct. Good observation.
Us here providing the quality you want to hear from commentary. I'm not sure quality is the right
completely
word.
Independent views.
Independence. Everything you want to hear from commentary.
From Coventry?
Coventry. Well, we are essentially Coventry. We're Coventry without officially being. We're like Coventry too, which is a bit depressing actually. I don't like Coventry. Why are we Coventry?
I didn't know
too?
Coventry University existed until I came to Warwick. That tells you what I view of Coventry.
Max is an isolated man with. He knows things that he will talk about a lot, and if he hasn't talked about them, then he won't know them at all. And he talks about stuff all the time, so you know everything that's gone through his mind. Even
that
in
is
fact,
true.
It's well known that even if you're on the other side of campus, if Max has started talking about anything, you'll hear him. You'll just hear him. He's in the maths building. He's chatting her away. You can hear him from the student union. It's madness. He has a voice like no other. As we found out actually when that 9 ball went in the 3rd frame, and then the cue ball went in. Very exciting. Projectile voicing.
I wouldn't say that was the best shot there from the Wrath. Can we possibly find out his first name, if possible? Because Lewis.
It literally says on the screen.
Does it? I can't really see the screen.
This boy's a fool.
Lewis Steele.
We need
his
to
name is after a piece of metal. Actually, it's not a piece of metal, it's an alloy, isn't it?
Yeah, you got it.
You wouldn't believe I got A-star chemistry
you
GCSE.
could almost do engineering now. So you need to know some metals, and you need to get the answer to within a factor of 10. That's all you need to do for engineering.
In fairness to me, I haven't studied chemistry for 5 years now. You can forget a lot of things in 5 years. And one of them is that steel is not a metal, it is an alloy.
It's definitely a metal. It's just not.
It is a metal. It's not an element. A metallic element.
See, he's also forgotten
No,
it's not an alloy.
I
Well, it is an alloy. It's both.
I think I'm just confusing myself. I think it's best if I just stop talking about steel.
If you just said it's a metal or an alloy, that gives the option of it being just a metal, just an alloy, or a metal and an alloy. So we'll say it's a metal or an alloy.
So it's like the union of two events.
Indeed. It's both. Exactly. So it is a metal or an alloy. We're utilising the definition of the or function.
Or it might be neither. It might be in the empty set.
Okay. It's not a metal exclusively or an alloy. Is that better, Joe? He's got it. He's going to take that.
Can I ask, Mr. Joe, what do you study?
Joel.
I graduated like 4 years ago.
You graduated 4 years ago. Can I ask what you studied during your...
Physics at Warwick.
Physics at Warwick?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Joel, of course, is famously the son of Billy Joel. That's why we're such good singers here.
And what makes that funnier is I have no idea who Billy Joel is.
Billy Joel is a singer, man. I've heard his name. I don't really know what he does.
I couldn't name you a Billy Joel song. I've probably heard of one.
If anybody wants to inform us of popular culture, please do comment a Billy Joel song in the comments. That would be fantastic.
Harrison really doesn't appreciate my lack of music knowledge.
No, he doesn't.
Now then...
Who is Eddie Mercury?
Right, back to the match. There's a big shot here.
It is a big shot.
It's a
I
thin
think it's
cut.
tight on the cushion, so it should be okay.
Oh, and it's there, but where's the cue ball going?
We're back.
I was just
Stop
thinking,
laughing, Max.
if you did put a
It's
trace
great.
of left-hand side on that, the cue ball was always heading in that direction.
We do apologise for our general silliness. That's fantastic. There's been plenty of drama on this table. It's still looking like it's going to go to 5-5.
I'm actually in tears. This has been an absolute pleasure to commentate on.
It's fantastic. I hope you've
What more
enjoyed
could
it at
you want?
home. So yeah, we do enjoy a bit of commentary. We've had a little bit of practice in our live streams at Warwick, and
I wouldn't say we need practice because we are experts.
I mean, yeah, but our practice, the whole point of our live streams is to practice for this big moment, the opening UPC 9-ball match thingy-mabobby.
I quite agree. It's been an absolute honour.
Plenty of drama. It's great fun. Hope you're enjoying it at home.
So,
So great, just so great.
well, that 9 ball has not moved an inch. I'd like to ask Mr. Joe.
Oh, Joel.
Oh, yeah.
How are you?
Mr. Joe. Did I commit a small foul there? Is excessive volume a small foul?
Yes.
I mean,
Okay, so
that
that's
means
3 small fouls.
no, you're always committing a small foul if excessive volume is a small foul. We must be on infinitely many small fouls.
I wouldn't say infinite. We haven't been
Infinitely
here for
many.
infinite time.
You could find infinitely many time increments that we've been on this now.
Yeah, actually, you're not wrong there.
This is a serious problem. If to be honest, it's quite good that infinitely many small fouls isn't a problem. Oh, look at this.
Oh, delicious.
UCL 5-minute warning.
Ooh, someone's got a 5-minute warning.
Yeah, I think that's UCL. Now,
UCL.
for those of you that
not
don't
UCL.
know who UCL is, UCL stands
University
for...
College London.
Thank you, Michael.
Pleasure.
Just took the words out of my mouth there. Now, I suppose they've travelled from London, obviously. It's a bit of a trek from London to Telford, so as far as I'm aware, UCL have not turned up yet. Hence the 5-minute warning.
Do you think their second team is stronger than their first team?
Well, almost certainly, because that is how they trial. For those of you that... I've got to compose myself. This isn't a foul, is it?
In his life.
For those of you that aren't aware,
Keep it down, Max.
the way that UCL do their trials, as discovered and admitted by themselves at Snooker BUCS last year, they decided that any players that are of first team standard shall be selected to play in the second team. Any players that are of second team standard are chosen to play in the first team. Now, the reasons behind this, because it may seem rather strange to do this, is they believed it would give them a better chance of winning the team shield and the individual trophy, if I'm right in saying, because the UCL seconds are in the team shield, whereas the firsts are in the team championship. So if they put their first team standard players in the second team, they would have a good chance of winning the shield. However, they did not win the shield. But in the individual trophy, you'll find that 3 UCL players made the semi-finals of the individual trophy. 2 of them made it to the final, and therefore a UCL player won the individual trophy.
You wouldn't have thought that. 2 UCL players in the final, one of them wins. No.
But one of them did lose as well, so it was a bit of a disappointment.
You can imagine there's a very mixed after party when they get back to UCL. Someone's there, he's like, oh no, we've lost in the final, this absolute nightmare, and someone's there partying away going, yeah, we won.
And the person that won the match would have been with the runner-up, sharing the disappointment.
I don't know how that works. You'd be very sad, wouldn't you? Oh, this is close.
Oh, but no cigar. I don't want to encourage smoking, by the way. I do apologise.
I feel like smoking should be something that we're neither encouraging nor non-encouraging.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think
now,
we should
why do you think that?
Because it's like we can't say don't drink alcohol. Because lots of people do drink alcohol responsibly and enjoy it. It's like lots of people smoke responsibly and enjoy it. You can't say don't do it. That's unfair on the people who do it responsibly and enjoy it. I don't know where I'm going with this.
No, I don't. But I think your philosophy is rather educated.
Not sure I agree with that.
No. Well, I'm very surprised he's played the double that I've got, to be honest with you. He could have just cut that in. He'd be on the 7 down the rail.
The railway? Not a good railway?
No, Michael, not the railway.
Why not?
I
Can't we
know
go to the railway?
You like the railway, but we're talking about rails.
I'm trying to think if there's a railway near here, actually. I don't know. Does Joe know? You've been here a few times, Joe. Have you ever been to a railway in Telford?
Mr. Jojo? Mr. Jojo Joel?
Joel. No,
Mr. Jojo Joel?
That's clearly another small foul.
Cotton Eye Joe?
With me. If you do know of a railway around here, I'd quite like to go along and visit.
That tells you my music knowledge, doesn't it? I know the song Cotton Eye Joe, but I don't know who Billy Joel is.
What's Cotton Eye Joe?
Sorry?
What's Cotton Eye Joe?
It's a fantastic song.
Is it?
It's brilliant.
How very delightful.
Now, that shot there was a lot of body movement from Sam there. His body raised as he cued through that one. His head noticeably moved in an upwards direction.
Coaching foul.
I'm not communicating with Mr. Ollie.
You're not, but you're still talking in a small foul quite loudly.
I would have to disagree. I would like you to prove your theorem.
You can see Sam there. He's just walked away because he's so disgusted with you thinking that you he can't hear you. It's nothing to do with the fact that he needs to play a shot. He's just disgusted with you. Oh, touch aside.
Yeah, touch a right-hand
Go
side.
inside.
He looks like he's got a... Well, actually, I don't know what the angle's like here, but don't forget the pot.
It should be okay. Good shot.
He's played it very well.
This is from 3-1 down.
Somehow,
3-1 down.
this is to
Possibility
take
for
a
4-3.
lead in the crucial part of this match.
He's had a lot of these. He's had practice on 2 of these from the in-offs, and it's
there.
It's there. Get in. How
Well,
lovely.
from 3-1 down and 2 in-offs on the 9s from his opponent, he now leads this first of 5 match
Indeed.
by 4 racks to 3.
We've had another comment from the professional Matt Cullett. We don't know if UCL have got the teams right around this time. I mean, we don't even know if they're here, so maybe they've got the wrong location. Maybe they thought they'd send their second team to, I don't know, Yarmouth or something, first team to Leeds, and forgot completely that Telford was one of the BUCS hosts.
Well, they like doing that because they like doing the opposite of what you expect, don't they?
Indeed. I'm very confused by this rack as well.
Are you?
Shouldn't the 9 ball be a bit further up? Is the 9 ball meant to be on the centre line?
I don't really know. For starters, I mean, why the balk line is up there, we don't know. Apparently, they put the taps on the wrong side of the tables.
Frankly, that is amateurish. To be honest, we need the Southampton table fitters, the professional table fitters, to come and tap the tables the right way around. I don't understand why they couldn't just tap the other end of the table.
So, we're probably going to see a push out here.
GB9 aren't tapping their tables anymore.
GB9 aren't tapping their
Using
tables.
magic racks. So I think that was the side of the table that was most recently tapped, which is why people are racking on that side of the table.
So do you think both sides have been tapped?
In the lifespan of the table, both sides have been tapped.
Okay. So that essentially means that I'm probably going to be racking up balls at the opposite end to my opponent if I'm on one of these tables.
I would be, looking at this table, I would be racking them on the left-hand side.
Yeah, same.
As we see it, personally.
I don't think they know what a push-out is as well. I don't think
I'm
he
just
called a
wondering,
push-out.
I didn't hear him
I
call
didn't
it,
hear a
but
push-out.
he probably has. Now, I'll be honest with you, this looks like a simple snooker, or he could drop this in the middle if the 4 is not in the way.
Don't know.
He's having a little think, don't blame him. These are tense moments in this match.
He's done well though, to get back up to 4-3. Very exciting. Dramatic first match. You essentially said that all of these matches were going to be whitewashes at the start of this.
Well, that is
start of
according
this
to the
stream.
people that I interviewed.
Oh, who are the interviewees? And what else did you discuss? It can't
it was
have just been 9 ball that you were discussing.
To be quite honest, I think it was some arbitrary player from Manchester.
Right.
I think.
Lovely.
I say arbitrary because I don't know his name.
So it's a person from Manchester who wasn't a RAF. We'll go for that as opposed to arbitrary.
Correct.
Yeah. Good stuff. Anyway, what did you talk about?
Well,
apart from every game's going to be 5-0.
What I will mention is there could be a possible carom on here.
A carom? That's exciting. Maybe not.
What shall we talk about? We haven't got any food items to review.
We haven't. This is actually really
such
disappointing.
A shame.
Joe, do you have any food?
Any food?
Any food at all?
With me?
Yes.
Yes. You do. Oh.
Damn.
I think he's lying to us.
There's a KFC. Actually, what we could do.
But
We don't.
KFC isn't open yet.
KFC's okay. It's okay. I've got. You mean it's not open like today, or it's not open
It's
full
not
stop?
finished being built.
It's a minor problem.
Very upsetting.
There's no staff.
I don't know what to say to that. KFC isn't open. I mean, we might as well just end the live stream there. That's
It's
essentially the end of the
finger
world.
licking good.
It's. I mean, it's over. You might as well stop, Joe. Just finish it. It's done.
What?
I was really tempted to click his mouse while he was hovering over stop streaming there. Gotta say.
It's all about the taste.
It's all about the taste. Anyway,
None of you know what I'm referring to.
My point on KFC. We can't review the food here because there isn't any KFC here to eat. But KFC have introduced some new chips. And
They have.
we've
and
got
Mr. Joel is
do you want to
nodding
comment
his
on the new
head.
chips? Do you want to make the first comment on the new chips, Joel?
This is something I care greatly about.
Excellent. Right, go on. You make. Okay, we'll make some comments and then you can have a final review of what we think of the new chips. Okay, this is excellent. So yeah, KFC have introduced these new chips. Me and Max have regularly frequented for a cheeky lunchbox.
Oh, of course.
Because, you know, why not?
And it's cheap.
Personally, I was never a big fan of the old KFC chips because they were essentially trying to be McDonald's chips, but they were never salted. So I was a big fan.
That's
so
right.
I actually think the new chips are an upgrade. I think they're a bit. I quite like the slight bit of extra potato. Love a bit of potato.
And they're also crispy as well. You've got to have a crispy skin on a potato chip.
Yeah, I agree. I'm actually, we could give them a rating out of 147 as well. What do we think? The old chips, I reckon, were only about 50 break, but I reckon the new chips.
50 out of 147.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan. I reckon the new chips are about. I think they're verging on the ton. I reckon they've broke down at 98.
Oh
They're
really?
a
You
massive
see, I would personally give the old chips a solid 76 out of 147.
Why is that, Max?
Because I might have made a 76 break on a snooker table the other day. Now, you were saying that you wanted to give the old chips 50 out of 147. Would you like to revise your judgment of it to perhaps a 54 out of 147?
They're not that good.
So only 50 out of 147.
I know why you're talking about 54 because somehow we both made 50 plus breaks in a best of 3 match. But I mean, well, no, they're not 54. They're not that good.
They're nowhere near 54.
They're not worth that extra brown.
Okay, that's fair. Well, I'd give the old chips 76 out of 147, and I'd probably give the new chips 132 out of 147.
I wonder why you've gone for 100.
Now, why do you think?
Explain that as well.
Because the Singaporean Legends highest break, which he recently made on table 2, at the Campus Crucible, which have pockets which are just absolute bags.
They're almost as big as these.
They actually are. Yeah, I think they are. They could be bigger than these, in all honesty.
I'm not sure.
Where's the cue ball going? Oh.
Back to the chips.
Back to the chips.
Joe is excited by it. He's ready. He's chomping at the bit to come in on this conversation. So concluding.
So 132 out of 147 is in reference to the Singaporean legend Terence Tam's highest break on a snooker table, which he made approximately 10 days ago.
It's about that.
On table 2 at the Campus Crucible, which is quite an achievement on those big pockets.
I mean, it's easier on those big pockets. I mean, it was a total clearance as well. We should probably add that. That's quite an important factor. I don't know why he's played it into that pocket.
Because the 5's there, Michael.
Okay, fine. Right. Anyway, chips, Joe. Comments.
So I've had these chips 4 times since.
As many as 4.
As many as 4.
As many as 4.
2, 3, 4. Surely the limit.
And they've been soggy every time I've had them.
Soggy. Oh no! Which KFC have you been to?
I've been to the KFC at Courthouse Green in Coventry.
Is that the one at the roundabout?
Is that Fatty Island?
No. Fatty Island.
You guys don't know your way around Coventry.
Is that the one in the centre?
No.
Oh, there's 3 KFCs in Coventry.
No.
Wouldn't surprise me.
There's more.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me again.
How many KFCs are there in Coventry?
There's 2 in town, 1 at Courthouse Green, 1 at Fat Island, and there's 1 on Walsgrove Road, so there's 5.
5?
As many as 5?
There's no in-betweeners quote for 5.
No, there's not.
That's very sad. Have you only gone to the 1 KFC?
Yes.
Well, I think that's your mistake, to be honest. You should really be sampling a large range of KFCs. I mean, what we could do is come the next 9 ball. I mean, neither me or Max are here, but we can come for a little commentary stint for you. We'll review all of the KFCs in Coventry and maybe the surrounding area as well. We'll pick about 12, and we'll give you a ranking of the quality of food for each one.
We could be the chicken connoisseurs of Coventry.
I will hold you accountable to this.
Excellent. Get ready for that.
We shall meet again, Mr. Joel.
Remember, first match, 2019. We'll be discussing KFC. It's worth tuning in for that. I'll tune in.
Nice swerve there from the Wrath. Has he set up the 4-9? Maybe the 4-9 carom?
What's happened in this frame?
Michael,
the eight's gone. Someone's
can
put
I
it
ask
at
you?
some point.
Can I ask you what's happened? He's gone for the carom. Oh,
Get it!
that is
Oh, it's the match.
unbelievable!
It's the match.
It's there.
The handshake.
And the ollie has come from 3-1 down.
The ollie.
Played some
Ollie,
exquisite
ollie,
stuff,
ollie. Oi, oi, oi.
and he wins his first round match
Ollie,
by
oi.
5 racks
Ollie, ollie, ollie.
to 3.
Oi, oi, oi.
Michael, can you give your reflection on not just that shot, but the match in general?
The match in general. Well, what a match. So, the Wrath went 3-1 up. He was in fantastic form. Although the one frame he did give away was, of course, going off the 9.
Well, 2 frames, don't remember.
Yeah, but I'm getting to that, mate.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Give me a chance to review the match, you absolute fool. Goodness me, I do apologise for
call me
his
something worse. Then.
constant interruption. It's frankly disgraceful. Anyway, it's 3-1. And then Sam Ollie came roaring back with some Q Sports,
Like
and
a lion.
he also it was for 3-3 that the second in off happened, wasn't it? And made a fairly okay clearance for the fourth, and then that beautiful fluke. Was it fluke?
Carom, no, I called
did
it.
he play it?
I called it. He definitely played it.
To be honest, that frame, I can't really remember anything. I'm very sad that it's not 5-5, to be honest.
I mean, that's the only thing I remember about that frame. But what a thing to remember.
What